And just like that, we're back.
A16, turn me up.
Welcome into episode 271 of the Views from Section 400 podcast. Today is June 4th, 2026. Happy early birthday, Dad. And not only do we have a rematch of the 1999 NBA Finals between the Spurs and the Knicks, we have a rematch of the NBA Cup where the Knicks took down the Spurs this year.
I completely forgot about that.
That's actually insane. We should have seen this coming.
We should have seen it coming.
Who won?
The Knicks won. Asterisk, Wemby was coming back from an injury, so he came off the bench and he only played 25 minutes.
So still played limited amount and off the injury. I was shocked to see the way the odds are in this series, but before we jump into that, there's a little bit of breaking news for myself today that I want to just kind of talk with you guys here because I think it's maybe not important, but fun to talk to. My old guy, Nick Castellanos, DFA'd by the San Diego Padres. Couple things. And Brian, I'll let you get your piece. But he's batting 191 in 115 at-bats for San Diego this season. So not sure how the money works out. I know the Phillies were still to owe him $20 million. Padres ate a little bit of that. DFA'd by the Padres today. Why it's also interesting, he did not play last night in Philadelphia. At least I don't think so. Maybe he did. I'd have to double check that. But he was probably going to play tonight with a lefty on the bump. They DFA him right before his return to Philadelphia so we could see what kind of crowd reaction we would have got. So the Padres nipped that in the butt. A little bit of a spite move. They couldn't wait one more game. I mean, they're batting in general. The team can't hit right now. I think Manny Machado is not too far behind Nick Castellanos in the batting average department. So interesting move by the Padres. I mean, not too interesting. He was horrible, but just Brian, Jack, I guess your guys' reaction, DFA'd right before an appearance. I mean, the departure from Philadelphia, I wouldn't say it was ugly, but there's a little bit there.
I mean, that has to weigh into that decision to some degree. There's no way it doesn't. But at the same time,
you can't let the guy come back, have his moment. I mean, the Phillies are paying him $18 million a year. You might as well let him get a couple free outs off the guy.
Yeah, maybe the Padres were just like, yeah, we can't give them that.
Maybe.
Okay, I have two things. So, do you think they made a tribute video?
We're never going to see it.
Yeah, if so, how mad do you think the video people are over there at the Phillies that they're not going to be able to show off this tribute video they spent time on?
Well, the summer, I mean, I know official summer season didn't start, but college has been done for a while. All the interns are in. Whatever intern had to sit there and edit that for the last 2 days is probably pretty pissed.
Probably pissed.
It's probably pretty pissed. But,
and my other is so Castellanos always goes yard when something bad happens.
Right.
What does this mean for the sports world now that something bad happened to Castellanos?
We're now entering that.
Hey, maybe we'll get world peace, Brian.
Maybe.
We're not usually that lucky. But Nick Castellanos DFA'd. We'll see what happens. Team maybe picks him up, maybe not. Not sure. Does he want to even be picked up? Does he retire tomorrow? Who knows? Brian and Jackie can weigh in as well. But Brian, I feel like you've kind of known about Castellanos since his early days in the Tigers. Is this the last time we see Castellanos in an MLB uniform?
No, there's so many bad teams around.
Who's picking him up?
The Pirates could use a Nick Castellanos. The Mariners can't really hit right now. They could use a Nick Castellanos.
The Padres were one of the worst hitting teams in baseball right now. Manny Machado's batting 170.
Sometimes you just need to switch up the scenery, the organization, the club.
He's been there for 3 months.
Exactly. You got to switch it up. It's not working out in San Diego. Let's move on and try somewhere else.
We had 100 at bats. We don't know if it's working out or not. No, you can tell. In
the grand scheme of a baseball season, it's really not that much. But
right
at this point, they might just be like, we're not dealing with this. Failed experiment. We don't need to do this for another 3 months.
I hope he wasn't planning to bring his family to any World Cup games. They're all on the West Coast. Imagine now he's got to move back to like Detroit if the Tigers sign him or something.
Yeah, not sure where he's going to. I think he resides in Florida. So it's a two-parter, right? Like, a team can pick him up. He's not going to take a minor league contract, right? Usually it's like, hey, you can come play in the minor leagues. I don't think he's playing in the minors. So it's going to be a team that is like, hey, no, you can come get some big league at bats for us. But he has to also accept to do it, right? I mean, he's got to, I don't think he's going to accept to go grab ABs with the Tigers. It's going to have to, maybe the Marlins.
Maybe the Marlins are so cheap, though. Well, the Phillies are paying.
The Phillies are paying. This is a great move for the Marlins. They don't have to pay him anything.
Yeah, they got who's in their outfield? They have Marcy hitting like 190 in there. I think they have a fun left fielder. Kyle Stowers is there.
I know.
The Mets could use a DH.
I say that about the Marlins, though, and I think the Marlins have been respectable, right? And I know the Nationals have been. Oh, they are. Yeah, it's the Nationals who have been good or respectable.
Yeah, the Marlins actually just swept the Nationals. So they've been beating up on NL East teams, but they lose to everyone else.
They've been sweeping NL East teams.
Yeah, which is kind of what the Marlins have done for the last 15 years. They just suck, and then when they play the NL East, they're a pain in the ass.
They're a pain in the ass. No, that makes a lot of sense. But, yeah, I don't know. Not to hijack the beginning of the show, but a nice farewell to Nick Castellanos. We don't even get an at-bat in South Philadelphia. I don't know. I got to check if he had an at-bat last night. I don't think he did. I think he definitely was going to maybe have one tonight because Lefty was on the hill. And they don't let that guy bat against righties.
I mean, they should barely let him bat against lefties. If he's hitting 118.
Yeah. Well, no. I think that's what he had. Let's see. Did he get an at-bat last night? He did not get an at-bat last night. Yeah. So.
He'll be fine.
The highly anticipated. I mean, there's probably going to be a lot of people there just for that. I know financially he's completely fine, Brian. We know. But it doesn't mean it's not a fun story to poke at.
Oh, it is. I don't really feel bad for him. He also killed the Mets, so.
I was going to say, who do you think's the most upset about this? You think it's Philly fans?
No, I don't think anybody's
that made the tribute video.
I don't think anybody's necessarily upset. It's just hilarious that they signed the guy. Phillies are paying like $18 million. Padres are paying the rest. Castellanos comes in, he bets 190. And the second game of a 3-game series at Philadelphia, your former team of 4 years, you get DFA'd by your new team hours before you'd get an at-bat in a return to the team you played in 4+ years. You played a World Series in, you played multiple playoff runs in, had some huge hits in the World Series, as Brian alluded to, against the Mets, and more. Rubbing salt in the wounds for the video editor here, Brian.
Yeah. Oh, he or she spent so much time.
I mean, there was definitely laying it out like that. I mean, Castellanos had some great times as a Philly.
Yeah, he walked off the Mets in the NLDS. He had some big
huge hits in the
definitely hit some home runs in that World Series, right?
World Series, that NLCS, I think against the Diamondbacks, had some huge hits in a homer. I mean, some big playoff hits out of him.
Who are the core Philly players who would get a tribute video like that? Harper, Castellanos, Schwarber.
I don't know if they were. I don't know how, because there was, Dombrowski was the one who spearheaded that beef with him drinking a beer in the dugout while the game was going on. I mean, that led to a lot of the turmoil of collapse last year. So I don't know. Dombrowski could have stepped in and said no tribute for this guy. So I don't know. Castellanos is a 50-50. That's why it was so entertaining to see. Is this guy, what's the reaction? What's he going to get? What's he not going to get? Padres got out in front of it and nipped the entire thing. So to answer your first question, who on the team now would get one once they retire or move on? Wheeler would be number 1. Harper would be number 2. Schwarber would be up there. They would do something stupid for Garrett Stubbs, but I don't agree with it. Probably Real Muto. Yeah, JT.
Does Ranger get one if he comes back? If the Red Sox
Probably. A guy had like a 1 ERA in the playoffs, and he was a fan favorite. He'd get something.
Alec Bohm.
Bohm? That's probably the biggest question mark. Probably something, but I don't know. That one's a question mark for me. But Nola would, even though he's kind of trash now, he's the longest tenured Philly. Been there 12 years, 13 years with the organization. Big leagues for like 10. So, I mean, he got drafted in 2014 out of LSU front by the Phillies. I mean, he's only been the Phillies, so he would 1,000% get one. Bigger one than Wheeler. I don't know.
Jose Alvarado?
Probably because of the longevity. No, I don't think so for Alvarado.
Oh, wait.
I don't know, though.
Also, yeah, there's a transition for you. We have another Jose Alvarado playing in the NBA Finals for the New York Knicks.
At their jack-off.
That threw me for a loop right there.
We have the Knicks and the Spurs. Knicks, obviously, 11 in a row since Mike Brown said he's not going to say his team can win the NBA Finals. The Spurs have been in dogfights with the Wolves and then, of course, the Thunder. These have been the two best teams in the playoffs really the whole time. The Knicks are first in points per game. Spurs are third. They're both top 5 in field goals and three-pointers. And the Spurs are the second best defensive rating. Knicks actually the first best defensive rating, despite Wemby being on the Spurs. So these are the two best teams. Knicks plus 19.4 point differential in the playoffs is best ever. The Spurs have Wemby when he's on the floor. The Spurs have the best defensive rating by far in the playoffs. And it's 99. The Nets were the worst offensive rating in the league this year. Theirs was 108. So opponents' offensive rating is 10 worse than the Brooklyn Nets was in the regular season when Victor Wembanyama is on the floor. So this is going to be a fun series.
Definitely going to be a fun series. The biggest question is who stops Wemby, right? I mean, that's who. How did the Knicks? I mean, OKC didn't really do it either. Obviously, they lost, but I mean, how did the Knicks contain Wembanyama is probably the biggest question heading into it for them to have a chance. I think the Spurs do match up well to kind of what you were saying, Brian. Like they have the guards to match up with, what the Knicks will throw at them. Premier League, Jalen Brunson. But I think it will be a fun series. It helps, I think, the Spurs being at home first to kind of set the tone and set the momentum. And they've also, I think, have played better teams on their way. Like you talk about the point differential, but how impressive is that really with the quality of teams that they played? I don't know, but I think there's something to say about it.
I mean, the teams that they've played to get to this point have not been as good as the Spurs team has been playing in these playoffs. And great intro, by the way, Brian. Those were some good stats there.
Thank you.
I definitely think Wemby is – I mean, it's not really crazy to say, but Wemby's definitely the X factor, both offensively and defensively. I mean, how much do we know and love seeing Jalen Brunson go into the lane and throwing up a floater? If Wemby's there to block that or deter that, make him have to do something else, that's going to be a big impact. I mean, he's been averaging 30-plus points in these playoffs. It's insane what he's been able to do leading this Knicks team, and I think that's going to be the biggest thing. And then defensively, how do you stop them? Is it Cat? Is it OG Anunoby? Is it the whole damn roster? I don't know what they do.
So the sample size is very small. Obviously, they play in different conferences, and Wemby wasn't really Wemby until this year in terms of just dominating games. But OG Anunoby has been the best defender in terms of advanced analytics on Wemby since he's been in the league. And yeah, the sample size isn't great. Wemby has been injured a lot of the time, but they might have a Wemby stopper.
We don't know yet.
It's
We don't know yet.
I think it's not.
I don't think. Real quick, Brian. I don't think there's any such thing as a Wemby stopper, but
Besides
he might be
Joel
the best thing, closest thing to it.
It's less of a stretch than Lakers fans clamoring that Rui Hachimura was the Jokic stopper.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You think it's a better claim or a worse claim?
A better claim.
What? That OG
can stop
Wemby.
Wemby.
Yeah. I thought he said the other way. I'm like, dude, what are you watching?
Yeah, it'll be interesting here. Obviously, it'll be Wemby and Jalen Brunson are kind of the two that you would think would win MVP. Friendly reminder, too, if you're going to bet on one of these teams to win the finals, you might as well to get some extra value, bet Brunson or Wemby to win MVP, just like you would in the Super Bowl. I think it's really going to come down to like Josh Hart and Landry Shamet against Julian Champagnie and Dylan Harper. Like which duo of those guards can give you 20, 25 points every game off the bench to help out when those stars aren't necessarily effective or on the bench.
So you think the bench wins the series?
Yes,
No.
which I guess isn't a bold claim, but
Well,
like
I
the
think-
Spurs
I
have
think it's
six guys
definitely-
shooting 36% from three.
It's really good.
There's a lot of focus on Wemby, drawing the defense in. I know, I get it. But you're not about to tell me that the Spurs are a deeper team than the Knicks.
I think it's a lot closer than it feels like
think-
on paper.
They might be.
I can't get there.
I mean, you want to go guy for guy?
We kind of have to now.
Hey, you want to go bar for bar?
All right, so we'll start it off easy. Brunson versus Castle. You have Wemby versus Cat. We'll go starting five is out of the way. It's going to take forever to go starting five.
Yeah, but starting five goes to the Knicks. I'll give you Wemby. I'm not giving you anyone else.
Okay, well then I guess we have to do starting five. All
You
right,
have
so
to
we're going.
try and pull up both rosters.
We're going.
Stephon Castle's been playing some of the best defense I have ever seen.
He's not better than Brunson. I'll give that to you.
But he's
Right.
not better than Brunson.
Okay, we're not arguing that.
All
So
right.
then we
I
go to
thought
the
Brian
two
was
guard.
about to.
No. We'll go to the two guards. You have Josh Hart and De'Aaron Fox.
I'm taking Josh Hart. De'Aaron Fox is doing a great job at commanding this offense and reeling
Like,
in
what do you
all these-
value more,
all these
right?
young
Like-
stars. But Josh Hart just does everything on the floor.
I don't think I'm going to give you. I'll give you a wash. I'm not going to give you Josh Hart over De'Aaron Fox.
Right, like you're getting way better scoring.
I mean, I don't know if you watched De'Aaron Fox in that Western Conference Finals, but he's banged up right now and not moving the way De'Aaron Fox moves.
He is, but what he does for Castle and that offense, like the first two games against the Thunder, Castle had 20 total turnovers, and then that calmed down once Fox was on the floor and he was able to run the offense. I think that matters a hell of a lot more than Josh Hart collecting a rebound 15 feet from the basket.
I'll give you the push. I'll
right, we'll take the push.
concede a push.
All right, three guards. The three. You have
Bridges.
and then the Spurs. You would have.
Champagne.
Keldon Johnson.
I guess it would be Vassell.
Oh, yeah. Vassell. However you say
So
it.
we're never going to get his name right.
Yeah. I mean, he's been shooting probably better than anybody in the playoffs from three. But at the same time, Mikal Bridges isn't missing shots. He's playing good defense. I'm taking Bridges. He's got the experience.
Is that another wash?
I think I might give you Bridges.
Look, I'm a huge fan of Vassell and the way Florida State guy playing lights out, shooting
That's
the ball.
your guy, Jack.
He's shooting better than anybody else in the playoffs, all playoffs. But I'm not giving it to you over Bridges.
The starting five's a lot closer than I thought, though.
Champagnie against OG, two very different players. Champagnie
Taking
shooting
OG.
40% from three. in
Yeah,
the
he's
playoffs.
been lights out, but I think you got to go with OG there.
All right, and then Cat and Wemby.
And I'll give you Wemby, obviously.
So then we have three to the Knicks, a push, and Wemby.
Yeah.
It's like the Auburn golf score the other day.
Dude, they 5-0'd him.
The match play. Yeah, no, I know, but watching it's like it goes from like 3-0-1 to 3-1-1 to or you know what I mean.
Yeah, as we're recording, the Auburn Tigers and the Natty against UCLA. We'll see how that goes. Chance for a second title in 3 years.
They're all saying that the Oklahoma State matchup was going to be the national championship. So Auburn's going to make this way more of a sweat than they need to.
Oh, they will. A
So
classic
This
Auburn
is
fashion.
not going to be a blowout win.
All right, let's head to the bench here. So we go Dylan Harper, and for the Knicks top option, we will go Landry Shamet. So you've been playing the most minutes off the bench?
Deuce? What about Deuce? They love to chant Deuce.
Deuce hasn't been, I don't think Deuce has played as many minutes.
Landry Shamet has definitely been playing a lot of minutes and really good minutes. I mean, I just said Vassell has been the best three-point shooter in the playoffs. Shamet's right behind him.
Taking Harper.
Vassell just honestly
I'm
has
taking
more
Harper,
opportunity.
I don't care who it is.
I can give you that.
All right, Deuce McBride, Keldon Johnson.
Don't love that, but I'll give you Keldon Johnson.
I believe Keldon Johnson won the Sixth Man of the Year award, but I'm going to double check that.
He was a dog this year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
He did win the Sixth Man of the Year.
All right. You got to go with the six man, whoever he's up against off the bench. So,
all right. Then we have Carter Bryant, Jordan Clarkson.
Both have had minimal minutes. Has Clarkson been effective off the bat? I don't even know that he's played.
Carter
hasn't
Bryant
played much.
Carter Bryant is literally just there to run into Shea and barrel him into the ground. That was it.
Yeah, he really hasn't played much. He played a decent amount in those first few games against Thunder, and he played in the Wolves series.
But
They've
Clarkson he's a vet. Like, he's a guy that you can trust. Like, how we're talking De'Aaron Fox is so good for their offense, just keeping them in control. That's what Jordan Clarkson does too. Not the same, running the offense, but taking good shots when they're there, playing good defense, communicating. Like, he's a damn good player.
Yeah, I think that's a push.
Carter Bryant's like a rookie who isn't really doing much but being physical. He's
He's
guru.
shooting the three ball well. He's not taking many, but he's making them when he shoots them.
Who you got for Jose Alvarado and Mitchell Robinson?
Yeah, so
this team is deep, man.
It'll be Barnes and
Cornette.
Harrison Barnes and Cornette against Mitchell Robinson and Jose Alvarado.
I'm taking Cornette.
I do love Harrison Barnes, OG. It's crazy. He's like how old he is at this point, but yeah, he's great. And Luke Cornette, block of the playoffs, but
guy just goes out there and plays tough basketball.
Not taking him over Mitchell Robinson.
Guy goes out there and just plays physical basketball.
Mitchell Robinson also playing with a broken finger.
We
didn't incorporate that into De'Aaron Fox. I don't want to hear it.
That's fine. Okay. How thankful do you think Luke Cornette is that when people think of his season this year, it will be about that block and not him crying about Magic City night?
Dude, that's the play of his career. I mean, that's what Luke Cornette's going to be remembered for the rest of the time, especially if they can get this done.
He puts it all on the line, man.
That's what I'm saying. People would have remembered him from the Magic City night, but now he gets the block. He completely changed how he's remembered.
I'll do whatever I got to do to help the team guy. And those guys are invaluable to a bench, especially in the playoffs.
All right. Well, after the guy off, I think we've come to the determination that it's about a draw.
Interesting way to word that.
I want to say this. It's based on how well these Spurs have been playing up and down the roster. I will give you that it's a lot closer than it should be right now. If you look at this Knicks team and we're talking about the Jordan Clarksons and the Alvarados, they got vets down there. The Shamets, they're vets. They've been doing this a long time. They will be composed when the lights turn on in the finals. And then on the other side, these rookies are playing out. I shouldn't call them rookies. These young bucks are playing out of their minds up to a high level, and it's very impressive. I don't know if I can trust them to keep it going through the finals. I'm going with the Knicks, if you guys can't tell.
I'm surprised you're not more of a Dylan Harper guy.
I like Dylan Harper, but he is as fresh as they get.
Rutgers.
Yeah,
One
he's
and
like
done.
the pride of Jersey in the NBA right now. Kyrie's hurt. Ace Bailey's not that great. It's Dylan Harper.
Dodd's not there yet. No, I know.
Yeah.
I get it. He's definitely a dog. But no, I mean, there's plenty of dudes from Jersey still in the league. Cat's from Jersey.
Yeah, but he
Brunson-
plays for the Dominican team.
He's a
Pretty
fake
sure
Jersey guy.
Brunson like grew up in Jersey. I don't know.
You
Brunson
think
had
Nova with Brunson, though.
Brunson had some South Jersey ties.
Yeah.
I'm talking like when you think of Jersey, you think Kyrie, you think Todd Pettiford, you think Dylan Harper, and Ace Bailey. Who knows? But he's going to be remembered as Dylan Harper on that team. He was the second best player.
Yeah, how that team didn't do anything is wild.
The rest of the roster was terrible.
Didn't make
Still.
the tournament.
You got to do something.
Big Ten was too good. If they played in like the ACC, it would have been fun.
Yeah. Well, that's still, man, that was tough. But I think we're kind of like not talking about, I think, a pretty important angle to take on this series. And that's the time off factor. The Spurs played until 3 days ago. When's the last time the Knicks played a game? I don't know. For whatever reason, I feel like it's the team that had more time off hurts them in a sense. And I think the Spurs come out, win game one, and I think it gives them the advantage to start out this series. Not saying that's the reason they'll win, but reason they'll get the early momentum, which then all the stats, if you win game one, if you win game two, if you go up 2-1, if you do this, you do that, you win game one, you have the highest percentage or whatever percentage to ultimately win the series. So those early favorable statistics will sway the Spurs' way, in my opinion, because of the time off factor.
Yeah, James Harden isn't waiting in San Antonio to blow a 20-point lead after the Knicks come out flat in game one.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly off that. The Knicks have, I might say that the Knicks are kind of like used to this at this point. Like they've been sweeping everybody. Well, they didn't sweep the Hawks, but the Sixers and then now the Cavs, like they have had multiple series where they've had good amount of time in between the series, multiple days off. And then on the flip side, you got the Thunder who've been in back-to-back 7-game series.
The Wolves went 6.
So, deep series, they're playing a lot of games, a lot more games, a lot of minutes. I mean, we've been seeing how physical these minutes have been on Wemby. Can he last for 4 to 7 more games? I mean, that's just another factor where they might drop the Knicks might drop game one because, they're coming off a little rusty, but man, they got like the rest. They'll be okay in games 2 through 7.
We did see a little bit of fatigue with Wemby. He played like every minute of that game one overtime against the Thunder. And I guess it was game 3, he stunk it up. But then towards the end of the series, he was fine. So I don't know if that's a huge factor there, but I see what you're saying. It's fascinating. I mean, the rest versus rust debate has been a thing for so long because there's still no real answer.
And I think that this is the most magnified we've probably have ever gotten, if that makes sense. That's what I'm trying to highlight right now.
Well, you bring up a good point. Yeah, the Knicks have been able to, come back fine with, they're a little rusty to start it off. But they haven't seen this brick wall that they're about to run into. To Brian's point, they come out slow, especially on the road in game one. Like that, I don't know that they have the magic. They definitely don't have the magic of the home crowd. I know the Knicks have had favorable away crowds, Cleveland, Philly, I guess not so much Atlanta, but I mean, you got to think, some of those crowds were a lot of New Yorkers. I don't know you're going to get that in San Antonio. So if you go down early, you don't have that momentum to sway you back, and obviously you're not home. So tough. You go down 2-0. Long way back.
Not trying to invalidate your point here, but I did see that getting a plane ticket down to San Antonio from New York and a ticket to the game is cheaper than just getting a ticket at MSG with how expensive.
It probably is. There's a lot of things that are way cheaper.
I'm just saying, hey, they could get an away crowd, the Knicks.
They're not.
They'll
if-
definitely be
people-
Knicks fans there, but it's not going to be them
It's not
taking
gonna be-
over.
I don't think it's.
I-
Dude,
it's
some
not
of those
gonna be
crowds
like
were
Philly.
noticeable.
It's not gonna be like Philly. I can
No.
promise you that. But
Philly, Cleveland. Let's not just single out Philly here.
the Knicks fans were loud in Cleveland.
They were.
It's a lot
dude.
easier
were.
to do in Philly.
They
It's
were.
a drive instead.
And that's
Cleveland.
the Eastern Conference Finals.
They
This
were.
was a lousy second round. We know what happens in the second round in Philly. That's why we don't care.
That's why
They care in
Chalamet and
Cleveland.
Stiller didn't take the trip down there.
Exactly. It's the Eastern Conference Finals. Different. Eastern Conference Finals in Philly, I guarantee it's different. We just don't know because they can't get there. Different point, though.
Yeah, the
Whatever.
crowd will not be. It won't be a Knicks crowd. You're going to
Won't
have
be
the
a Knicks
Spurs.
crowd. That's the point. It'll be pro Spurs. Are they a rowdy crowd? Who's the rowdier crowd? Well, OKC's just a bunch of old 60-year-old white people. They still get loud though. Oh,
The Spurs have been doing a good job with the shirts, the playoff shirts, and they have the whole pattern going. Those fans
Knicks
are hungry.
haven't seen that. Knicks haven't seen that. Another factor does the colors. The colors throw them off a little bit.
I
Right.
can promise you
Messes
those
with
fans.
depth perception.
That's
can
what I
promise you
would
those
be
fans
coming
are
out.
not as
for,
hungry
like-
as Knicks fans, Brian.
Probably not, but I'm coming out. I'm throwing
No.
the teal, the orange, the pink, the black, the all over the stadium. Have them rattled.
I guess hungry might have been the wrong word, but that's a good basketball town. They're not going to.
Definitely.
For some reason, I know Game 4 would be in New York, but if it's a 3-1 series coming back to San Antonio, that the Knicks aren't going to be able to take that over. That place is going to be packed with Spurs fans. That town's not going to give up.
No.
I agree with that. Hungry was not the right word, though. Knicks fans have been waiting decades. Seems like yesterday the Spurs had Pop and Tim Duncan owning the league.
Yeah, I guess that last championship was not just over a decade ago. What, 2013?
2013, 2014, probably 2013
I think they lost in 14.
with Kawhi. Yeah, they did. That was the Ray Allen moment
Yes.
because then 2015 was Warriors.
Yep.
And then we started that parade.
God, we went through 4 straight years of Cavs Warriors final.
I know. Never ending. And
Good
what,
stuff.
what people forget about is it was
Let's get stuff.
it was 10 years of LeBron only in the finals.
Yeah. Well, I don't think people will ever forget about that because the MJ fans love to say how he went 3-9 or 3-6.
Is that LeBron's all-time career record in the finals?
He's 4-6 now if you count the bubble.
So he's got 4 titles for all the hype. Only 4?
I guess 4 and is it 4-6 or 4-7? Because he lost the first one with the Cavs to the Spurs.
MJ was playing against Plumbers.
He lost to the Mavs in 2011 with the Heat, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that
He lost the Spurs twice, the Mavs, the Thunder 3 times. Yeah. Spurs twice, Mavs,
That's
Thunder
under.
3. So 6.
you mean the Warriors?
Warriors 3 times. Yeah.
Oh.
Wrong dynasty.
Yeah, that's fine. Did he ever lose
He
in
beat
a
the
or
Thunder.
was he only Eastern Conference Finals his first stint with the Cavs? Or did he get did he get to the
He
finals?
lost
And
to the Spurs.
in what year?
2007, maybe? 2008? Yeah, they got
No.
swept.
08 was the Celtics. Anything is possible. Rondo, Paul Pierce, KJ. That was
Maybe
Celtics,
7.
Lakers.
Yeah, one of those years. He took Boobie Gibson and
He did not have a
Delonte
good
West.
supporting cast.
Viltrunas Ilgauskas,
Ilgauskas, man. What a guy.
Anderson Varejao.
Delonte West. Did you say him?
That team made it to the NBA Finals.
They did. With a loaded Pistons team in that conference. Who else was there? I don't even know.
Pistons. Oh, gosh.
Chauncey Billups.
The Celtics, Paul Pierce was there, but they had created
Rip
the big three,
Hamilton.
Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace. It's a good team.
The mask.
Yeah, that team was unbelievable. Who else was in the Eastern Conference? I know we're on a tangent here, but why not? It's the NBA Finals.
The
It's all
Celtics
NBA.
were
That was
decent.
I mean, yeah, but that was before KG got there.
Was AI still kicking with the Sixers? And
No, he would have been. He would have been kicking.
I know he went to the Nuggets, but I don't know when that happened.
If he was still with the Sixers, they weren't very good.
Okay.
I mean, they faltered off quick after, like, and he was also a guy who just didn't really have the greatest supporting cast.
Yeah, he took Eric Snow to the finals.
Eric Snow, exactly, and Mutombo was their center that had a guard Shaq.
50-year-old Mutombo.
Jason Kidd was leading the Nets.
Oh, the Nets were good with Kidd and Richard Jefferson. Vince Carter was probably there for a little bit too.
Yep.
The Raptors were decent.
Although, yeah, I don't know the years. Vince Carter's
Were
had a
the
long
Raptors
career.
decent? I don't know that the Raptors were that decent.
They went from Carter to Bosch. I feel like they always were kind of around.
They had good players, but I don't know that they were necessarily a good team.
That's like the Bucks. The Bucks were never good, but Monta Ellis was just electric. Him and they had somebody else in the back.
Dude, was the East? Are we just hold on?
Jennings?
Did we just figure out
Brandon
that the
Jennings.
East has never
Brandon
been
Jennings.
that good, and LeBron just overshadowed?
Well, it's
talked
always
about
been
this-
that.
We
Yeah,
talked
it's
about this
always
like
been that
3
way.
podcasts ago.
Oh,
We said the East has always been terrible.
We did a whole rabbit
It's coming to
hole.
light more for me now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. I'm like, holy shit. It's just been bad forever.
I have to look up Eastern Conference standings now from
Like all-
2007.
Yeah, like all of the legendary teams, when you really think about it, the majority of them are in the West. Spurs, like
But
those
it's just-
dynasties, the
We
the
have
Rockets.
Okay, so yeah, in
Warriors.
2007, the Eastern Conference standings, yeah, the Pistons are the 1 seed. The Cavs somehow won 50 games. The Raptors were the 3 seed. The
who
Heat.
was on that Raptors
Oh
team?
God, the Heat, dude, with
Oh,
Dwayne
Heat.
Wade and Shaq.
The Heat won in 06. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember that. With D
Did we
Wade
say
and
them?
Shaq. No.
No, we never mentioned them. The Bulls. So the Bulls were always okay. They had like Dang and Noah, and they were around. And then D Rose got there, and
Carlos
that's when they kind of
Boozer
took off.
there.
Carlos Boozer.
Billups.
Who rounded out that 1 through 8?
The Wizards made the playoffs.
What? Who the hell was on that team?
Gilbert Arenas? No.
That might have been Gilbert's rookie year, maybe.
What? No
No,
chance.
no.
And the Magic were the 8 seed. Is that who was left on the Magic? McGrady couldn't have still been there.
Is that Jameer Nelson?
Jameer Nelson. Oh,
Yeah.
Hedo Turkoglu. Yeah, they were okay.
They were okay. Jameer Nelson, he was fresh off a Final Four with St. Joe's.
Yeah, Jameer Nelson was a dog. I got to look up this Wizards team now. In
Who
2000.
the heck was on that Wizards team? Good question. Good
Gotta
question
be Gil.
for good on air radio question to the listeners, Brian. Reminisce on that Wizards team. I know they had nothing to do with the finals.
It was Gilbert. So Gilbert, Caron Butler, Brandon
Wow.
Haywood, Antoine Jameson. Yeah, so that's a decent squad.
Did they win? Oh wait, they would have been the 8 seeds, so no, they didn't beat the Pistons.
Wait, this
Right.
isn't. Is this Nick Young? Oh my God, Nick Young was on that Wizards team.
Oh my God, he had to be like 18, fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Wow. right, yes.
Did they win the first round or no?
The Wizards? No,
Yeah.
they lost to the Pistons.
4-0.
I gotta think. I can look up the whole playoffs if you want the whole playoffs. thing.
I thought you had maybe like on like Wikipedia or stat reference.
No, I just had the standings up.
It has sometimes tells you like the playoff series, and it just will say like 4-0, 4-1, and
Okay, so in the Eastern Conference first round, the Bulls swept the Heat, the Cavs swept the Wizards, the Pistons swept the Magic, and the Nets 1-6 over the Raptors. And then LeBron beat the Nets in 6. Pistons beat the Bulls in 6. LeBron beat the Pistons in 7. And then the Spurs slapped the ever-living shit out of the Cavs in the finals.
LeBron beat the Pistons, and dude, that Pistons team was loaded. And you got LeBron James 7-game series with just the absolute as LA Fitness pick up ball as you could get team. And somehow
Man, that's been his whole career, and people always want to be like, "Oh, he's had all these all-stars, this and that." Like that's been his whole career is carrying bums to finals.
Dude, you got to hear this game 5. Game 5, the Cleveland Cavaliers won 109 to 107 to go up 3-2 in the series. LeBron James played 50 minutes, shot 45% from the field, 48 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists.
Unbelievable.
50 minutes. It had to have gone to OT.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, there's only 48 minutes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it went to OT.
You said 50 minutes. My jaw dropped.
It went to
immediately.
double OT.
It's unbelievable.
Wow. Double
When's the
OT,
last
109,
time-
107. How about that?
When's the last time we saw a player play 50 minutes in a game? Like, did Castle do that in the first double OT game against the Thunder? Like, does that even come close to happening anymore? 50
think
minutes?
Jokic
Definitely
did it a
in
couple
the
times.
40s. Definitely in the 40s.
No, I get that, but the difference between like 48 and 50 is pretty huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Now I got to look that up.
Rabbit hole.
Okay.
You gotta make that like some kind of bit or some kind of hashtag.
Yeah, Jokic played 65 minutes
Holy
in
shit.
a playoff game against the Blazers in 2019. He had 33, 18, and 14. The most all-time is a guy named Red Racha, 67 minutes.
And our hashtag for the rabbit holes, hashtag views rabbit.
I love that.
I do too.
Okay, wait. What happened on May 3rd, 2019 in this Denver-Portland game? Jokic played 65 minutes. CJ McCollum played 60 minutes.
McCollum and
Your
Lillard.
guy-
41.
McCollum and Lillard against Jokic.
4
and Murray.
overtimes.
So it makes more sense as they get on the overtimes, but it still is remarkable nonetheless. But like I'm talking, where's the guy that only went to one overtime and he played 49 minutes, right?
Yeah,
48 plus 5 would be 53. So you play, that would be nuts if you played 50.
yeah, I'm not buying a StatMuse subscription to see the rest, but
No, all good.
Dame also played 59 minutes in that game, by the
What
way.
makes it more remarkable, more unbelievable, is how close was their game time to the minutes in the game, right? Like when Jokic played 65, what was the total minutes?
48 plus 10? No, plus 20. So 68.
Okay, so that's pretty nuts.
That's insane. 65 of 60.
So there's only 3 minutes of game time that he was not in. That's wild.
Probably got a swig of water at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah,
It's insane.
pretty much.
All right. Well, I don't think we'll have a player play 60 minutes in these finals. Maybe
No.
Jalen Brunson. Or no, sneaky like Josh Hart could end up playing like 60 minutes.
Yeah,
If they
I
go
would
to a
s-
3 or 4 overtime game, yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, off the guy off, these teams are pretty evenly matched. We might see a 4 overtime game.
my nod would go to like Mikal Bridges.
Oh yeah, Iron Man.
He is the Iron Man.
That guy, they don't even need to bring him out.
Yeah, him,
I mean,
Hart.
He's the just give a swig of water to guy and keep him out there.
Shout out that Nova program. It's producing buttes.
Yeah, do we see Jay Wright at any of these games courtside, you think?
It's a good Kalshi question. Wow, what a transition that would have been to ad read for Kalshi. But Jay Wright at a Nova game, I wonder what the probabilities are. I don't know. He's got connections to MSG, all those Big East tournaments. Big East tournaments he's won. Close by. He's still relatively local. He's in Nova's front office. It's not hard to get from Nova to New York. Not tonight. Won't be in San Antonio.
Ooh, do we see Coach Cal with Fox and Cat?
No.
I don't
No.
think so.
I think Jay Wright, and that's again another good call here. Don't just do Jay Wright odds, or I guess you can do a list of coaches. Coach Cal, Jay Wright. Who else?
Oh, wait, do we not have any Duke representation in these finals? Because I was going to add Coach K, but I don't think we have any Duke.
I don't think any Maine. I mean, Nova eats up obviously a lot. Then you have Kentucky, like Dan Hurley for Castle. Hurley did love Castle. They were boys.
Yeah, I mean, Castle's pretty much Dan Hurley 2.0. He's fiery, loves playing defense. He wants to fight people all the time. I mean, Dylan Harper had to put him in like a suplex so he wouldn't get up and start fighting in the last series.
Yeah, I love that shit. He's a dog.
Yeah, I don't know Duke.
I mean, we don't, dude, there's probably somebody. Brian, you don't know the extent of the benches. There's no way Rutgers has more representation than Duke.
Dude, they might. Pulling up the Knicks roster again.
Where'd OG go?
Oh, gosh.
I don't think it was Duke.
Not Duke. He was a small. He went to Indiana? Did he play with Oladipo?
No.
2017. He might have.
Old Depot was like 2012.
Yeah, I guess it was right after.
It was probably right after.
Mason Plumlee.
There we go.
Oh, baby.
No, he's
Yeah.
UNC. No, he
went
is
to
Duke. I was thinking of Hansborough. Yeah, all the Plumleys were Duke.
Oh, my gosh, Brian. Very different. Well, that's not fair.
Not
Not
really.
very different. Not very
Both
different.
very
at all.
hateable white guys on Tobacco Road.
Definitely very different professional careers.
Yeah. Dang, I should have known that. All the Plumlee brothers. Well, there you go.
Come on.
I don't think
There's
Coach K is
always-
going to see Plumlee, though.
I don't think so either. Although you never know, but probably not. It's, I mean, the best odds you get are for Jay Wright. I guess the lowest odds.
Oh,
Yeah.
here's a shout out Jeremy Sochan. He's going to get a ring. It's on the
Why?
Knicks now.
What? Wasn't he on the
right.
Spurs?
Yeah, and now he's on the Knicks.
Ah. So
Does he still have
guaranteed.
crazy hair?
Good for Jeremy.
Probably.
At
Is he
least
still doing the crazy hair thing?
it doesn't look like it. I don't know when this headshot was taken, but it was taken when he's still in the Spurs. So I don't know. But good for Jeremy.
Another
Was he on the
question.
Baylor team that one?
Who?
Sochan. He might have
Yeah.
been.
I don't know.
Wasn't he? Or was he the next year?
I don't think he was one and done. All right,
No,
I'll look
he
it up.
wasn't.
Matt, ask
No,
your
I'm
question.
I
no,
was just
I'm saying I remember
Who are you
him
trying to figure out
there,
here,
but
dude?
I don't remember if he won it there or he was on the team the next year. Like they won it and then he joined the program.
No, because he got drafted in like 22. He was a one and done. So yeah, he
Was it the
came
year
in
after?
after. Can't believe he was a one and done.
Jack
I'm on
can
the
sleep
team.
easy tonight now.
Yeah. It's been a couple of these where I'm like, I don't know if my brain's remembering things correctly or not.
You really needed the answer to that one.
You were on it. You know your Baylor basketball history. Davion started at Auburn too.
I don't know why.
That one was more shocking. I thought I was like, "There's
That
no
was just
way.
shocking because I didn't know Brian didn't know.
I
in the back of my brain, I
brain,
sat with him in a classroom in Auburn, Alabama.
like in the back of my brain, I remembered that one after you said it. Malik Willis, I like no recollection he was there.
Yeah, again, I don't remember him ever like playing, but I definitely remember us, me and you, having conversations about this man.
Well,
Again, on the plains of Auburn, Alabama.
I think I was just so excited about Franklin.
You're probably still loving up on Jared Stidham.
I still love Jared Stidham. Wish he would have gotten a ring. All right. Anything else basketball related in the series before we get to LaMike? I know this was a great preview.
Yeah, to wrap it all up, Knicks owner invites President Trump to attend. Do we see the president at the NBA Finals? Would be the first sitting president ever. I kind of feel like we do.
No.
I feel like a lot of people are like, yes, no, yes, no.
What if he just sits next to Mandami?
That's what I was gonna say. I think because it's Mom Dom.
Dude, it would be like something.
Building.
It would be something hilarious. Whatever
It would be funny. We definitely get
funny.
something
Whatever
funny
it would be some kind of theatrical event that I hope we get.
Trump just wants to be the mayor of New York, and he decided to be the president. That's all he ever wanted.
Yeah, like I said, not to get political, but he did get offered the invite from who's the Knicks owner?
James Dolan.
James Dolan.
God, oh my gosh. Charles Oakley's got to be so pissed about that. He's still banned, but Dolan's extending invites to Donald Trump.
I know. That's why I said Knicks owner. I almost went Wilpon, but I was like, "There's
pretty
no way
much the same."
I was like, "There's no way that's right."
They've both been hated.
Yeah,
Very
much.
very much.
I guess this new guy, I already forget his name. Dolan. Already will be forgiven if they pull this series off.
Maybe
by some people.
Definitely
not all. There's a lot of people
know.
that don't like him.
I'm thinking about like 2015. If the Mets would have won that World Series, I still would have viewed the Wilpons as
you
pricks.
Still would have hated them.
Hated them.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're terrible.
Well, yeah. But still, when you get the title, it changes things, man. You never got the title, so you don't know.
That's true.
It changes things, man. I'm telling you.
All right. Before we get to LaMike, let's make a prediction for this series. Who wins and how many games?
I'll tell you how it plays out. The Spurs win the first two. The Knicks answer back. Get it's 2-1. Spurs steal our double overtime thriller to go up 3-1. Knicks steal one on the road. Spurs ended in game 6 on the road. Spurs in 6.
Knicks drop game 1, win 3 straight, loss, win at home, game 6 in the Garden, immaculate.
What do you got, Brian? The tiebreaker.
The Spurs jump out all over the Knicks in game 1. Easy victory.
We're all over the Knicks game 1.
We're all over the Spurs
game
in game 1.
All over Spurs game 1. There's a little bit of time. We might be getting some bets in here tonight.
Game 2, the Spurs jump out to a huge lead. Jalen Brunson heats up. OG Anunoby's making huge blocks over the place. The Knicks come all the way back. Tie game. 5 seconds left. De'Aaron Fox finds Wemby in the corner. Backbreaker 3 to send the Spurs up 2-0, heading back to the Garden.
Quick timeout. Quick. Just real quick timeout. When have you ever seen Wemby take a corner 3? Ever?
Exactly why they won't be expecting it.
Okay. All right. Continue.
Game 3, Timothy Chalamet, Ben Stiller, all the Knicks legends are going crazy courtside. The Spurs steal game 3 in the Garden to take a 3-0 series lead. Knicks come out in game 4. They're not getting swept. Not in the Garden. They win game 4, 3-1. Head back to San Antonio. All the Spurs faithful getting ready for a parade. They bring out Manu. They bring out Tony Parker. They bring out Tim Duncan. Knicks steal it on the road. We're 3-2. Head back to the Garden. It's rowdy. They're ready for game 7. They get a game 7. The Knicks have stormed all the way back from down 3-0 to head to game 7 in San Antonio, where Victor Wembanyama cements his status as the best player in the NBA right now with a 50-point, 20-rebound, 11-assist game to give the San Antonio Spurs the NBA Finals.
Game 7. It wouldn't be a series prediction if Brian wasn't predicting a game 7.
Can't go to 7.
I think you did that all playoffs, Brian. You threw game 7s out in all predictions.
Best 2 words in sports.
100%. I'll probably be rooting for it.
And I'm sorry to Noah and all the Knicks fans watching that have to deal with going down 3-0, storming back, and then losing in Game 7.
Be wild if it happened.
All right, let's do some LaMike before we wrap up the show. Jack, we'll start with you.
Hold on, I have to pull up my LaMike.
While you do that, the Auburn Tigers currently up 4-1 in match play. Oh, wow. Okay, well, if you need some Knicks faithful in the building tonight, Jackson Dart, Odell Beckham, and a few other Giants are headed to San Antonio to take in Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
That's fun.
They can't cut Odell now. Not after you take a trip with the quarterback down to San Antonio.
Forgot. All right, I have my Michael. I forgot what it was, but I have it here.
All right, what's your Michael?
Yeah, my Michael is gonna be feelings, and specifically the feelings coming from Jared Verse. Now I know that we were. I'm sorry, you got something to say, Brian?
I don't know where you're going with this, but you may have been sentelled. But keep going.
Wow, whoa, hold on. You have no problem with letting me get mine out. You're going to save Jack?
No.
What's up with that?
I don't know what Brian's.
Out?
I don't know what Brian's referencing, but unless Jared Verse,
I don't even know what you're referencing. I'm pissed at Brian.
Well, no, that's why I think I know what he's referencing. So I normally when you just get it, I have no idea, and then I have to look it up, and I'm like,
I watched a press conference with Jared Verse at the mic. Did I get sentelled?
Hey, yeah, he's getting crazy. What? Okay, keep going.
He was basically just talking about how much, like, it was like a 2-minute long answer to a question where he was basically just saying for the first full minute and 30 seconds how much he like loved LA and the fans and the organization and the coaches and the teammates and how it's tough leaving them. And he spent about the next 10 to 15 seconds talking about how he's like upset about it. And then spent the last 15 seconds talking about it's part of the business and, it's just where we are now.
Yeah, you didn't get sent out.
I was going to say, I literally saw him speak right into the microphone and say all this.
Well, there was like quotes circulating on Twitter about how Jared Verse wanted number 8 and he wasn't going to even ask Dylan Gabriel and just going to show up wearing number 8.
Oh, no, that's silly.
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure.
That's a Centel silly story. No, but basically just the fact that he was like talking about how much he like loves LA and like didn't really want to leave and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, that's good to say because it's like truthful and all that, but get some PR training. You're in Cleveland now. You better be hyping up Cleveland and the fans and talking about how you're looking forward to having a good season.
Yeah, I think he should have definitely spent more time talking about Cleveland, but it's not like everyone kind of knows he's mad. Like, he had no say in this, so you might as well talk about how you're mad about it.
Well, you can't do anything to change it now, so you might as well just embrace the opportunity, you know what I mean? Like, basically my point is the only thing that comes out of what he said is all these Cleveland fans feeling worse about how bad they already feel. They're like, oh, like he doesn't even want to be here. We just traded away our best player probably the best player we've ever. Yeah, okay. I'll go as far as to say we probably just traded the best. I know. Top 2-3 player we've ever had in our franchise's illustrious history away, and the guy that we're getting in return doesn't even want to be here. I mean, how does that feel? I'd be pissed if I was a Cleveland fan.
Yeah, I'd be pissed. I think they're just pissed in general about the trade. He can also just be very good at football and show it that way. But I'm talking like once he puts on the pads for Cleveland, he's good, and then that kind of just it doesn't matter what he says.
What's your Michael of the week?
Yeah. So I was watching the Mets play the Mariners today. And this was the first in the 100 and whatever year history of baseball. It's hard to find things that I've never seen before on a baseball field, but I saw something that never happened on a baseball field. The Mariners' backup catcher, whose name I don't have on here, I thought I did, but he pulled a Chris Webber. So the count was 3-2. There were 2 runners on base. He had already called a timeout in his at-bat, and he tried to call timeout before Freddie Peralta threw his pitch. The umpire just didn't really say anything or do anything, and he just assumed he had called timeout. So he just stepped out of the box, did his nonsense practice swings, tightened his batting gloves, and the pitch clock got to 7. He struck out on a pitch clock violation because he called a timeout he didn't have. And then both managers were like, what just happened? And the umpire tried to explain it. The broadcast couldn't figure out what was happening. The players didn't know what was happening, but he struck out on a pitch clock violation because he called a timeout he didn't have.
Yeah, it's a tough way to go out. I don't think I've seen that one yet. I know there's been all little integral ways that like ABS and the call of the tie and the pitch clock have forced an extra ball or an extra strike. I don't know that I've seen that one yet.
Well, I mean, I was just watching the Auburn game the other night, and we walked off NC State on a pitch clock violation. I think I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think their batter just didn't get in the box and set in quick enough time, and the umpire just called it. It was like, that's it.
Yeah, like I've seen that, but to try to call a timeout and then think you called the timeout, and that's the reason you weren't in the box and ready. And the ump just didn't even acknowledge or say anything. I would have thought he would have been like, yeah, you can't call timeout.
Right, and I think that's what they're supposed to do. But these new rules, the ABS and everything, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely a huge fan of quicker games, speed it up. But when it gets tacked on in a situation like that, that sucks.
It's good for the Mets. Something that should have happened to the Mets, according to the history of baseball, but it happened against the Mets.
Just their luck.
Guess so. Hope they won today. I haven't checked if they ended up winning. All right, Matt, what's your Michael of the week?
They probably didn't. That'd be fantastic. No, I just wanted to kind of jump back in. I know you say try and switch it up, but NBA Finals, we were talking about betting on it. Knicks 9-0 against the spread when Scott Foster's officiating. I guess not really a Mike of the week, but for all the people who want to know, I'm still backing the Spurs. I think that's a trap line. Everybody's going to be all over the Knicks. Everybody's going to read that stat. They're pumping it all over social media. Back the Spurs -4.5. Do not trust the Scott Foster nonsense that they like to spew to steal everybody's money. I don't care. 9-0, nothing. Back the Spurs.
-4.5.
He is the extender, so I feel like he would want the home team to win in game 1.
Yeah, he'll do that. Then he won't. Does the same crew do the whole NBA Finals?
I believe so. Yes.
Got a pretty deep crew.
It's 3 guys on the court. Do they have 2 behind, like at the scores table?
I saw some darn near like
they're not
7
going to
or 8
have.
names.
They're not going to have 6 guys on the court. There's only 3 on the court.
Yeah, 3, and then
But they have a couple guys around.
They have alternates, and they probably have a replay official.
They got a replay guy, and they have like got to be at least 2 that sit at the scores table.
Yeah, and they got alternates in case one tears their hammy doing high knees.
Brian, what do you think about that? Game 1, 9-0, Knicks against the spread. I think this postseason 9-0 against spread. Scott Foster, which way you leaning?
I'm gonna go to old reliable. He's the extender, so the Spurs are gonna win. He's not gonna let the road team steal a game.
So it's gonna go to 9-1.
9-1.
Jack, 10-0 or 9-1?
I don't like betting spreads in basketball. It gets so gross down in the nitty gritty at the end of the game.
4 is a terrible number too.
Free throws and all that. But I'm on the Spurs in game 1, so I'll take the 4.5.
Brian, 4.5. That is like the perfect line for
to cover.
Free
If
throw
I'm
9 cents at the end.
yeah, if I'm taking the team to cover 4.5, but like the underdog there, if they're down by 4, they're gonna foul.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, I'm saying it's good for us taking the Spurs.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I thought you were saying you hated it, but you're saying
No.
if you're back in the Knicks.
Like underdog, I need a 6.5. I feel comfortable. 5.5 is a little iffy. 4.5, they're fouling.
Say, if you're back in -4.5, love that line when I'm taking college hoops.
Oh yeah.
That is a juicy. They're gonna foul. You got at least 3 to 4 free throws for free to really cushion up that 4.5.
Sneaky for overs too.
It
if
is.
You see 4.5.
It is. Maybe
All right.
over tonight. Nah, too much defense tonight. Too much defense.
218 is pretty high.
Too much defense tonight. Is it since they're in San Antonio? Is it the Sunder tonight, Brian?
The Sunder. I like the sound of the Sunder.
The Sunder. Get it?
Spunder.
The Spunder.
The Sunder, no thunder.
Could be back in the under after that.
Let's get out of here. You guys will know the game 1 result. Hopefully we predicted everything correctly. But we will see you guys on Tuesday after there's been 2 games played? 3?
Game 1 Wednesday night. Game 2 Friday night. Game 3 Sunday night. So you get a fresh reaction to the first 3 games and most recently game 3.
Beautiful. And maybe we'll talk some hockey. Get the hockey heads. Because game 1 of Stanley Cup was fun. So
it's wild. A lot of fun.
Go Carolina, go.
All right. We'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Go Knicks.
Go Vegas.